building as we hear from Fox Channel newsman Brian Wilson.
I was just here in front of the Capitol, which, by the way, has been evacuated. And back toward the Supreme Court area, we just heard a low, muffled thud. It sounded like a small explosion. Sirens are going off around this city like you cannot believe. And just overhead a moment ago, something I have never seen in Washington in the 16 years I've been here, military jets are now patrolling the skies over Washington, D.C.
1010 Wins coverage continues with Judy DeAngelis.
Thank you, James. We are just getting word now that not only is the airspace locked, but below ground is also being closed tighter than a drum. We're going to go over to Shadow Traffic reporter Pete Torriello for the latest on that. Pete.
Right, Judy.
Smoke resulting from the crash of the towers going down. People were running up the block. They were running up Broadway. They were running up on 7th Avenue South, running in a panic of northbound from the area. I have been trying to get down here in a car. I was on people with fear stricken all over their faces, just running up the block. Right now, it appears as if I said that the entire area is being evacuated.
Don't make a left.
Police walking around.
The bolt collapsed. It just fell, son, the whole thing. The bolt collapsed already. Holy shit! You hear it? You hear it? Oh my god. Yo, pull the car up. Son, let's get on the boat and go over there. You just heard that? Oh my god, yo, this is fucking sick. Fucking did a good job. Holy shit. Look at the smoke, everything. Come on, let's get on the boat. People are dying of suffocation right there. The smoke looks like at a standstill right there, yo. Bro, you can't breathe right there. This is real fucked up shit, yo. They record that. That's a fucking picture, man. This is some, yo, fuck all these Arabs, yo. We gotta bomb all those motherfuckers. That's what we gotta do. This is not right. We gotta go over there and regulate. Yo, my aunt works in a fucking Sloan Kettering.
They were going to die enough till they got out, they got water, but to see the tower, and I don't know which tower collapsed.
Really sit down and talk about what the issues really are and come to some kind of peaceful
I say fuck peace, yo. Fuck peace, yo. This is war. This is yo. They're asking for it.
The smoke's still billowing. What we do have is a lockdown. You can't get in, you can't get out, you can't go up, you can't go down. Since it was reporter Sandy Klein out at Newark Airport surveying the scene, obviously a very somber one out there.
I'm at Newark Airport. I've been just kind of driving around. It's all so chaotic here. Police with armed rifles. It's the scariest scene. As I drove to the airport, people were stopping along the turnpike, stopping their cars to look over the river into New York and see this billow of smoke that was once the World Trade Center. It's also tragic now. The airport is now people who've been told to leave the terminal because evacuating the airport. I just spoke with two men who were supposed to fly out on business and they're walking back to their cars. Terminal C at Newark Airport has been evacuated. The whole airport, it is my understanding, is being evacuated. And there's no indication when the facility will reopen and flights will take off and land. Sandy Klein, 1010 Wins News at Newark Airport.
We have got the entire 1010 Wins News team mobilized and ready covering this story. And let's go first to 1010 Wins reporter John Montone. John.
Judy, and I arrived about an hour and a half ago, was able to drop my truck off on Broadway and run toward the burning Twin Towers. People were running the other way, and even at that point...
That's what they're chasing. This is, look at this disaster.
Yo, Dave, check this out. Look, that's the president's helicopter.
He's on a plane.
President want to come to you.
Activity zero. Activity zero. Goes launch simulating. Coastal vessel. Zero bomb. Activity zero. Cover. Activity zero. Activity zero.
There's a police helicopter here. This is really pathetic. This is really like sick. Fucked up when people could do to you, you know what I mean? There's no more World Trade, bro. The video is no more World Trade. What?
I'm able to talk now. It is burning and burning my lungs. I'm certainly not complaining because I'm one of the very fortunate ones who survived this horrible attack. And that's what I can
No more World Trade, yo. Yo, what are we gonna tell our kids, yo? What happened to the World Trade? They got bombed by some stupid Arabs. NYPD, I see it.
Yo, how often do you see a fucking NYPD helicopter in Manhattan? What, the White helicopter?
This is fucked up, yo, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's what, yo, on the real, that's where America goes wrong, because, yo, people are scared, yo. We gotta help. That's what we gotta do. Look at the thickness of the smoke, bro. This is sickening.
Look at that big ass fucking Miata here.
It's almost incomprehensible to standing there, just couldn't understand what was going on. Others literally ran for their lives. Folks are still coming out from Lower Manhattan occasionally, covered in soot and gray matter.
Yo, we don't have no more World Trade, yo. I can't get that through my head. I really can't get that through my head. Watch out, Vin, watch out. The boat on the left.
Dare to say all of Lower Manhattan at this point. Somehow I managed to get in here from downtown Brooklyn, and at around 9:30 they were already evacuating Lower Manhattan. Folks were walking across the Brooklyn Bridge by the thousands, and as I got in with a motorcade of emergency services vehicles, just as we got to the Manhattan side, the South Tower just began to anyone could ever see. You could not believe what was taking place in front of your eyes was actually happening. It looked as if it was happening in slow motion. The scene out of the movie, it just came on down over into Lower Manhattan.
One of the World Trade Center buildings this morning. We are also receiving information that all federal office buildings have been evacuated. And now for the very latest, let's go back to my colleague, Lee Harris.
This is Sam Williams, WTC1 New York, and the world is a very different place from the way we left it about 2.5 hours ago. Let us recount for you the horrible, tragic events that have occurred since approximately 8:43 this morning.
Prime time, yo. They hit
The
prime
first
time.
event, a plane crashing into the World Trade Center, one of the two towers. This was around 8:43 this morning. As we were
Yo, you fucked up, yo.
getting our reporters to the scene, a sensational event, and announced that there had been a terrorist attack, an apparent terrorist attack. He called it a national tragedy and made plans to return to Washington. A short time after that, an aircraft crashed near the Pentagon in Northern Virginia. That was just about an hour after the attacks in New York. Government buildings in Washington, including the Capitol and the White House, were evacuated. Officials
Yo, we should go to the marina right there.
Imagine we were here when the last one went down.
Who would have ever thought New York would be like that, bro? Look at it.
Son, this is gonna be hard.